This is a brand new way of installing Kali Linux on M1 or M2 Mac using VMware Fusion 13. VMware Fusion brings support for Apple Silicon Mac that allows the installation of Kali Linux inside a virtual machine. As you can see, this is my base MacBook Air with an M1 chip running the latest version of macOS Ventura. To install Kali Linux inside a virtual machine using VMware, you need to reserve a free space of 30 GB or higher on your Apple Silicon Mac. Before installing Kali Linux, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this episode, Internext. Internext is an open source and encrypted cloud storage service based on absolute privacy and security. It offers the whole privacy ecosystem when it comes to protecting your data. Internext doesn't access your data or files for ad purposes. Instead, it's designed to give you back control over your files and protect you from data collection. You can use Android, iOS, or any browser to access the Internext services hassle-free. Smartphone users get automatic photo synchronization and back up all the photos and videos from time to time. Internext offers 10 GB of free space when you sign up for the first time. If you're looking to upgrade to more space, it has 3 paid, individual, and business plans. Go ahead and sign up to Internext using my link in the description and get 25% off on all plans. That being said, it's time to start installing Kali Linux on any Mac with Apple Silicon using VMware Fusion. Go ahead, open your browser and head over to this link. VMware Fusion is free to use for personal computing. You can also buy the premium version based on your demand. Now scroll down and click on register for a personal use license. It should take you to this page. Create a user account if you don't have one. In my case, I have an account and I choose to log in. Once you're logged in, under the download section, you will see that VMware is only available for Intel Macs, not for Apple Silicon. To fix this issue, reload the URL by adding this number to the end. Now this time, click on register and complete the registration, then click on a free trial. Once it's done, you will see Fusion 13 for Apple Silicon and the license key. Just go ahead, copy the free license key and download the DMG file. To be honest, the download process is a bit tedious and needs some workaround. While it's downloading in the background, head over to the Kali, click on download and scroll over here and choose Apple Silicon ARM64. By the time of recording this video, Kali Linux 2022.4 is the latest release. Just go ahead and choose the installer, then click on this icon and start downloading the image file. Once it's done downloading these 2 files, place them somewhere on your computer for easier navigation. Then go ahead, double click on the VMware Fusion and follow the on-screen instructions and install it. Using the free license key, activate the VMware Fusion. You go ahead and permit VMware to use the system accessibility features. Then restart the VMware Fusion. Now click on Install from Disk or Image and import Kali Linux ISO. Now click on Continue, choose Linux and select Debian 12 64-bit ARM preset and continue. This is the summary of Kali Linux virtual machine. Just go ahead and choose to customize settings, name the virtual machine and click on Save. Using the settings of the virtual machine, choose processors and memory, then increase the CPU cores to 4 for better performance. I'm going to allocate the 4 gigs of RAM for Kali Linux. Once it's done, start the virtual machine by clicking on the play button. Keep in mind, when you click inside a virtual machine, the cursor control will be bounded to the guest OS. To release, press Ctrl and Command to get the control of the cursor back to the host OS. Now choose Normal or Graphical Install Mode to boot into the installation screen. Now go ahead and set the system language. Then select your location and set the keyboard language. Now leave Kali as the host name and click on Continue. For the domain name, leave it empty. Create a user account and password. Now choose Use the entire disk, then select the virtual disk, choose All-in-One Partition, and finish partitionizing the virtual drive. Some people think this will format the Mac OS. The free space that we allocated for Kali will be used to install and runs the Kali Linux in isolated environment and has nothing to do with Mac OS. Lastly, you need to choose the desktop environment. I tried XFCE and GNOME, both works fine without any issues. But for now, I would like to use an XFCE desktop, which is lighter and faster. Then click on Continue to finish installing Kali Linux. Wait for some time, sit back and relax. Once the installation is complete, click on Continue to reboot. You don't have to unmount the ISO. VMware Fusion will do it automatically for us. And voila, now you can see the login screen. Type your username and password to login. Let me jump into full screen mode. Now, as you can see, we are running the latest version of Kali Linux inside a virtual machine on Apple Silicon Mac. The first thing to do after installing Kali Linux is to go to Settings, choose the display to select the resolution, and use the native Mac version. Then go to the main settings and enable the high DPI mode for the desktop. Now head over to mouse and trackpad settings, choose a theme, and increase the size of the cursor by 60%. Restart the VM to effect these changes. As you can see, Kali Linux looks much better than UTM. The only caveat is that it uses software rendering and you won't see any animations or transitions, which is kinda bummer. Now apart from that, the software rendering is outstanding. You won't face any lag or hiccups in terms of performance. The UI feels very responsive and faster. Most of the pre-installed applications and tools are working fine without any issues. Unfortunately, I could not able to install VMware tools that will enable hardware acceleration, directory sharing, and more. So whenever I choose to mount the VMware tools, it says the guest OS is not compatible. If anyone of you has a solution, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, other than that, with the help of clipboard sharing, you can copy and paste the text between the guest and host OS. Lastly, I tried installing VS Code and guess what? It works absolutely fine. Now, if in case you decide to delete or remove Kali Linux, shut down the virtual machine. Using the menu bar, choose Window, select Virtual Machine Library, then right-click on the Kali Linux, choose to delete and move to Trash. Now, this will free up the space on Mac OS. And that's pretty much it. This is how you install Kali Linux on any Mac with Apple Silicon using VMware Fusion. Thanks for watching this video. This has been KSK Ryle. I will see you in the next one.